Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Stephanie. Today I have an exciting unboxing of this Upcrate box. This is a art subscription box. It's essentially a mystery box of art supplies. So can that be any more exciting? And it's all art supplies inside. It's all professional grade art supplies. Upcrate was kind enough to reach out to me and ask if they could send me this box to try out, and of course I love trying all the different brands and all the different kinds of art supplies, so I'm really excited to try this out. But I have never tried any subscription boxes yet. I believe this is the February box. Each month you received a new box. You can cancel at any time. I do have a coupon where you can save 15%. I'll have it linked in the description box if you'd like to try this out. So let's open this and see what's in the box. I have no idea what's in here. They even have a keyhole on the box. That's kind of cool, like you're opening your creativity. Oh, wow. First, we have some brushes, and it looks like they're hollow, and they feel like they would be similar to acrylic brushes. So it's got some really pretty paper that they have wrapped, and there's a sticker on the side that says there's magic inside. So it says it's time for an art Upcrate, and they have a monthly Upcrate battle, looks like, and you can win prizes. So that's fun. All right, let's open this up. Okay. Oh, wow. There's all kinds of stuff in here. This is like a sea sponge. Oh, there's some Turner acrylic gouache. Oh my goodness, all kinds of acrylic gouache. I think this is a fancy mechanical pencil. I should have tried one of these subscription boxes a long time ago. Also have a Pilot G-Tech. It looks like a gel pen. Got a eyedropper. Okay, so there's all kinds of stuff in here. Catalog. So they've got 3 different sheets of paper, and it feels like heavyweight paper that would be perfect for gouache. Oh, these are stickers. Go follow them on Instagram. So they have a poster, and then they're sharing what this is, the Upcrate mystery box. It looks like somebody's artwork. Maybe they have a featured artist or something every month, and then they make these stickers for them. And then you have a whole big catalog. Let's flip through here really quick. So it has a table of contents at the first part of it, and it has goes over the art supplies, and then they're calling it a captain, which I'm guessing is like a featured artist. So what they have you do is you create a project and then you share it on social media. And so then everyone can share what they're doing with their box. They have included some nylon brushes. I think they would also work with any kind of acrylic paints. But these two actually look like Japanese calligraphy brushes. So we have acrylic gouache, some really nice colors: white, permanent lemon, opera red, sky blue, permanent scarlet, and jet black. They've also included a sea sponge that you could wet and add some texture. Also a eyedropper. They've also included a mechanical pencil. Then they also have included a Pilot G-Tech C4 black gel pen. You're going to create something with this, and then you can use this to enter in to win all of these acrylic gouache. That's really cool that they give that away too. For those of you who are intimidated by mixing, this shows you what you can do to mix the different colors. To me, that's the fun of painting, what else it can mix to be. And it also lists all the pigment information. So I'm definitely going to keep this for later so that I can refer to it. I find this information to be so helpful. So the paper they sent is very high quality paper. So it says it's all 100% cotton paper. Wow, I am super impressed. It's all hot pressed, which is really good for gouache. This is what has the instructions on what you need to do to be entered in the giveaway. So I'm going to show the swatching of these colors for the Turner acrylic gouache. The first color I used is white, and it doesn't show up on camera, of course, but that's PW6. Next is Permanent Lemon, which is PW3. Next is Permanent Scarlet, which is made from PR9. And then next is Opera Red, which is a fluorescent color. It's made from PR9 and PW6. Next is Sky Blue, which is made from PB15, PY3, and PW6. And last is Jet Black, which is made from PBK1. So now I'm sharing some of my mixing. I usually take a piece of scrap paper and I play and do some mixing and get an idea of what colors I can get, mixing the different colors together. And it's just random play, and I find it very useful. I don't, with these paints, I find it's a little useful, but it's not near as useful because what I learned quickly is the colors dry, and they dry darker than what they appear when you first get your mixes. So I really struggled with that, but I'll talk about that later. So here I'm giving you an idea of what I had in mind for a background, and this is before I realized what the theme was. I was planning on painting some beautiful background and then painting some cherry blossoms. And so that's what I'm going to share me doing. It is not the theme at all, but I just got so excited and wanted to play with the paints. And I thought this would be a good practice because I've never worked with acrylic gouache before, and I've never worked with acrylic paints. It was all new and exciting, and you can go and Google new supplies and read about them. I like to jump in and just play, because I kind of get a creative rush from that, and I love the feeling of just jumping in, having no idea what I'm doing. It can, result in utter failures, but that's okay. You learn something, and so I really enjoy the process. So that's what I'm doing here. You're watching me jump in and play with a new supply that I don't have any experience, I know nothing about. I'm drawing my cherry blossom, a little branch here, and I'm using a reference photo, but I always change it. Just like if I'm making a recipe, I use that recipe as a guideline, and then I go off on my own, so I'll change my mind several times. I found the pencil worked fantastic. I'll definitely be using the mechanical pencil again. And their watercolor paper, I love that it was 100% cotton. The paper worked perfect, and I will definitely be using hot press paper with this medium again. So for the palette, I'm going in and using some mixes I've made with the white and the pink first as the base layer. And then I'm trying to make kind of I don't really want it to be brown for the branches. I kind of wanted it to be kind of a purple brown, if that makes sense. So you can see for my palette, I'm actually using the packaging from my Daler-Rowney inks, and I learned really quickly that the paint is very hard to get out of the brushes. It sticks to it, it does not want to come off, and so it can make your mixes muddy because your brush isn't all the way clean. So I found some fixes to all of the problems that I discovered while I was playing with these, and I will share them at the end of the video. I actually found a little, basically a silicone scrubby mat to use, and I'll share that at the end of the video. But I really did enjoy playing with these paints this way. I had a lot of fun, and I just love going in and adding the color. The two things that I think I struggled with the most are that the paint does not want to come out of the brushes. It also dries so quickly, I found myself rushing. So here I'm sharing that palette that I've wrapped again in some packaging from some watercolor paper. It was going to be discarded anyway, so I thought it was perfect. I just used some tape and put it inside the Caran d'Ache plastic palettes that I've shared in other videos. And it really worked fantastic because I needed more mixing space to get my lighter shades. And so I'm going in and adding some more paint, and I kind of went dark to light, so it was kind of hard for me to kind of paint backwards as, when I use watercolor, but I love a challenge, so it was really fun to be challenged this way. Paint dries very quickly, and so I did find a solution because one of my lovely viewers told me to use a DIY wet palette, so that's what I'll share at the end of the video. The colors, not only they dry quickly, and they also get darker, so it was hard to gauge how light what color. I felt like I was kind of playing a guessing game of what color that's really going to wind up to be. If you wait till it's dry, you can't re-wet it. So in that way, it was hard, I struggled with it, and I really thought at the end of this project, I will never use these paints again. I'll stick with gouache. That was my initial thoughts. I'm sure they have a purpose, but then I discovered the wet palette, so that opened my mind to thinking, okay, I'm not completely ruling these out. But they're halfway out the door, to be honest, because I hate waste. So that's a big problem for me. But they were these were very high quality, and I will definitely be trying some new colors. This box personally was a money saver to me because this will keep me from buying the big set that I had in my wish list, to be honest. The theming for this battle post, if you want to see what I create, please follow me on Instagram and I will try my best to make something. So far, everything I have made that's about the theme, I'm not sharing because it's awful. It's just awful. Yeah, I still have a lot to learn with these paints, but I did not use the theming. So here I'm sharing some of the products that I found were game changers for this. And I just thought these were items, just normal household items that I had sitting around my house. I figured I might as well try to use them first. And then if that doesn't work, I would go on Amazon and buy the wet palette that a lot of people love. And then I also used some accessories that came with some accessories that I purchased for my Instant Pot. I'll link it below so you can see the exact products I was using. A viewer had mentioned this, making a DIY palette, and then when I looked at the palette on Amazon, it's like $39, and that's a lot of watercolors I could buy. So I was just like, I think I'll try my own, and actually the idea I got came from one of the comments on the reviews of that wet palette. So I'm doing it my way, of course, which is go around my house, found random things that I'm not using. This pie plate has a little chip in it, so I don't really want to use it with food, but it's not bad enough to throw away. But this little purple mat worked perfect in a little dish, and then I was able to clean my brush. I will never use gouache again without it, and I will never use gouache without this wet palette. So I just took the microfiber cloth, put it at the bottom of the pie pan, poured a little water, and then put this parchment paper. It happened to be a round shape. Again, it was an accessory that came with this Instant Pot accessories, and it worked perfectly. Days later, that paint is still usable. It went from the paint drying in it seemed like 10 minutes. I don't know how many days. I did use distilled water because I didn't want to worry about any mold or anything. So I hope this gives you some ideas, and I hope you enjoyed seeing my process. I'm definitely loving this box, and I thank Upcrate for sending this to me. But the theming, I don't know if I can create something with a nightmare. That's just totally not me at all. I was very glad to play with these supplies, but if you would like to see what I do come up with, then please follow me on Instagram, and I will try to post something even if it's embarrassing. But I hope you enjoyed watching this and seeing my process, and I hope you guys all have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.